because I'm quite a small female and you're quite big, I'm going to place you in handcuffs because no risk to me, okay? So
right, does it have to be a male? You're not stopping recording?
No. Yeah. What is it you're filming today?
Well, the minute, them. No, not him. The gatehouse.
Oh, the gatehouse?
Yeah, because I was put down taking pictures.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping to get a police car with the blue lights out.
Yeah.
I've got that now, what you spelt the shot anyway.
Okay.
And the gentleman come out and Public 5, Section 5 public order offence.
Okay, what happened?
He said I'm not allowed to film.
Yeah.
And I explained to him I'm on a public road, so I can film.
Yeah.
And he called me an effing idiot on film.
Right, okay. The gentleman in the...
Yeah, he had a security coat on with a big beard.
Right, okay. And you've got that on film?
I have, yeah.
Okay. What, are you wanting us to do anything about that? Were you planning on reporting it, or...?
I've just reported it to you now.
Right. At the moment, obviously, I'll deal with what you've just reported to me. Okay,
yep.
We'll take that into consideration. But we've had a report before anyone has come through that there's been a male walking around with a balaclava on. Okay?
It's not a balaclava.
Okay, that's the report we've had. Okay,
right.
Because you are matching that description.
Yep.
I'm getting you for a stop search under Section 1 of PACE. Okay.
Really?
Based on the fact that that sort of equipment. Okay.
So what's your reasonable grounds?
My grounds are.
That I'm wearing a balaclava, which isn't a balaclava.
Okay. You match the description. You are covered in your face.
They close in on him instantly, treating him like a suspect before a single word is exchanged. The moment he stands firm, the situation escalates. In this opening phase, the officer isn't responding to behavior, but reacting to appearance alone. A covered face becomes the entire basis of suspicion. That's not policing, it's assumption. When something as simple as clothing near a police station becomes grounds for a search, the line between authority and overreach starts to disappear. Section 1 was never designed for this. It requires a clear, objective reason tied to specific items. Instead, what we see here is a reverse. Detain first, justify later. That approach doesn't just weaken the case, it destroys it from the very beginning.
Offences such as theft, going equipped, that sort of thing.
Okay.
That sort of equipment can be used. Okay.
Right, so what are you looking for then, particularly?
So any equipment that could be used in the course of conducting an offence such as theft. Okay.
All right.
So because
you do realise you'll get a civil claim over this?
Okay, that's fine. Right, because I'm quite a small female and you're quite big, I'm going to place you in handcuffs during a no risk to me, okay? So
right, does it have to be a male? You're not stopping recording?
No.
Handcuffs on by everybody.
Yeah.
What are you doing holding the handcuffs?
I'm doing like that, holding handcuffs. I need an explanation.
Well, look at your nails, you nearly scratched me with them.
Use as a weapon, can't they?
Can they?
So
what, when I'm in cuffs?
Yes.
I can assure you now I'm going to cooperate. I don't agree to the search and I don't consent to the search, I'll make that clear.
You don't have to consent.
Okay, I've detained you in Section 8, you don't have to agree to it. It's
Yeah,
not a
no.
voluntary thing, okay? Right, will you want a copy of the stop search record?
Yes, I will.
Sorry, can you just hold on for me
Yeah.
while I just... Sorry.
Honestly, I'm not going to try and break out.
Yeah, but as
I'm not going to get far, am I?
As the encounter continues, the justification keeps shifting. What starts as vague suspicion suddenly turns into talk of theft. Without any reported crime, without any concrete link, just a loose theory, this is where it crosses into dangerous territory. Section 1 doesn't allow officers to go fishing for evidence in the hope that something turns up. Yet that's exactly what's happening. And then come the handcuffs. Despite calm behavior and full cooperation, restraint is applied anyway, justified by size difference and unknown risk. But uncertainty alone isn't a threat. Real risk is defined by actions, not assumptions. This isn't about safety anymore, it's about control. Handcuffs become a shortcut, a way to compensate for weak reasoning rather than respond to real danger.
Public place with a face covering. That's the offence.
What's your name, sorry, just so I can...
I don't give my name.
Okay. So I need it to complete the form, and also if you want to process your complaint about the order thing, I'll need your details anyway.
Right. You can just call me FT.
Okay, I'm going to need more than that if you want me to deal with that complaint.
No.
Because I can't deal with that.
So you don't want to make a complaint about the Section 5 public order offence? Because you would need to give your details linked in.
Alright, so if there's a murder and the person's dead, how do they make a complaint? Do they give their name? I don't think so.
That's quite a different situation.
Is it?
And we generally identify...
We're getting on with the search. We've got better things to do than stand here talking around to you
Well,
muppets.
you didn't have much better things to do standing here filming, weren't you?
Get the grounds to search, explain to you and everything.
Well, yeah, apparently they're looking for... you're looking for? Crowbars?
Look at me using the identifier.
Wow.
Been detained in Section 1 of PACE, I'm PC 3096, I'm policing from here, this police station.
Congratulations.
So, been offered a copy of the search record?
I have been offered a copy of search.
Then comes a misuse of Section 5, and this is where the narrative completely flips. Multiple times, a member of the public approaches and directs abusive language, behavior that could clearly qualify as a public order offense. Yet officers ignore it. Instead, they pivot, turning that same law onto him. Suddenly, they demand his name, claiming they can't proceed with complaint without it, as if reporting misconduct somehow makes you the suspect.
It's the top cuff's going to come off first.
Shouldn't have been put on, really, should it?
When you're detained for a search, it's the officer's choice whether to put you in handcuffs. We are legally allowed to do so.
We'll see. Just so you can witness the markings on my hand.
Yep.
Go towards the. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4 police cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers. We all constables. No detectives here, is there? No inspectors. Couldn't detect anything, could they? What I might do later, I might storm all these registrations in here as well. Alright. I'll probably just put them on the internet.
What are you going to do that for?
Because I like taking videos and putting them on the internet.
People's registrations of the vehicle.
It's not illegal though, is it?
Film it.
That's not how the law works. The timing says everything. Section 5 only appears when officers begin losing control of the situation. It's no longer about maintaining order. It's about regaining authority. The complainant becomes a problem, and the original misconduct quietly fades into the background.
Did you wear the thin blue line badge then? Part of the gang? Do you know more people, the public, have died in police custody, it's 30 years, than police officers have died on active duty in the last 100 years. Where's your badge for that? Silence. Do you feel proud today? Done a good today? Go home and tell the children.
I advise you that your actions could be construed as hostile reconnaissance towards terrorism.
What? I just said you've done a good job today.
Police vehicles.
Hostile.
For the purpose of putting them on
Terrorism.
for whatever reason it might
Oh,
be.
God, keep digging that hole.
It's hostile reconnaissance for terrorism offences.
Hostile. If I was hostile reconnaissance, I wouldn't be overt, would I?
No,
I'd be
you don't understand
covert.
what hostile reconnaissance means. It's all right.
You're allowed to do reconnaissance.
You're
If
not.
I wanted to, I could map all this ground.
You could be construed as committing hostile reconnaissance for 10 offences. I'm just
Right.
making you aware
Right,
of
okay,
that.
let me make you aware of this. If you think I'm a terrorist, you should leave me alone and contact the anti-terrorism squad. Because if you thought I was a terrorist, you wouldn't all come up.
And just as expected, the search ends exactly where it was always heading. Nowhere, nothing is found. But what remains are the marks left behind, deep enough to raise serious questions. These aren't signs of brief, necessary restraint. They suggest something more excessive. Then comes the moment that unravels everything.
Your actions can be construed as hostile reconnaissance.
I've had
for
enough of you now,
terrorism
off you pop.
offences.
Not talking to you anymore, talk rubbish. Oh, yeah, I know you can. But I can tell you to off your pop. What are you filming? Yeah. Oh, you're supposed to tell me at the first available opportunity. As part of your policy. You don't even know your own policy. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Can you just inform him that if he swears at me again, I will press charges?
I'm watching some American TV, you don't press charges.
Alright, then I'll file a claim.
Do you want your copy?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Right, he's having a word with him, okay? And we'll leave you to it. But
Should have left me to it in the first place.
no, we had ground stop to speak to you instead.
I don't think you did.
Okay, that's fine. I might go what my colleagues just said to you, okay?
What, that I'm a terrorist? If you thought I was a terrorist, you should act on it now. Off your pop. Off your pop. Off your pop. See you there.
Alright, so you stand here all day.
Alright, cool. Yeah, see? Knew you'd leave first.
I'll bid you.
Wait, are you going to the shop to buy some polish for your boots? Not seen a bit of polish in years.
When asked directly, the officer admits filming vehicles is perfectly legal. That single statement collapses the entire encounter. Because if it's lawful at the end, it was lawful at the start. Which means the detention, the cuffs, the search, all of it stands on nothing. What's exposed here isn't confusion, but a pattern. Rights being sidelined the moment they make authority uncomfortable. It escalates even further when filming is suddenly labeled as hostile under terrorism laws.